night. Time for your weekly dose of pop culture with Cassie and Kenny. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Kathy and Kitty Explain Pop Culture Saturday night. Woo!
Hey, all right.
I am Kathy, along with my brother, Dead Air.
I'm kidding. I'm so sorry.
And this is Yeah, we know. We just know. And this is Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture. Every week we kind of, since quarantine, we've been kind of coming down, me coming down to the basement and Kenny to his bedroom with his superhero posters in the background to just hang out on a Saturday night, talk pop culture, and be with you, our peeps. And we thank you so much for being with us. Good evening. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lisa. Loving the waiting music.
Lisa's in the house.
I was just trying something a little new, just to give a little kind of countdown timer to get us started here, to kind of chill
You
out.
know what? I was glued to the waiting music. I was
Okay.
glued to the waiting music.
And that is
It was like jazzy and funky,
And that is all courtesy of Epidemic Sound. And I probably need to put a link in the descriptions, and we will go back and refresh those links. And that is just a cool way for creators to get music to use on live streams, such as they are. So, again, Epidemic Sound. So just something chilling. So tonight, yeah, what?
Can I say something?
Oh yes, the floor is yours.
I was ready because it didn't look like it was 8:30. It looked like he started a couple minutes early, so that's what threw me off. That wasn't ready. I apologize. That's all I wanted to say. That was it. You still got me on. All right, so I don't know if Kathy is there, but
I'm sorry. I was all psyched to go and all into it, and we got the Marvel universe in the background, so I just was kind of hyped to get started.
It's all good. It's good.
And I looked at your categories, and I'm like,
today
I don't
we are
even
talking about. I was going into the fact that we were talking about the Marvel Cinematic Universe today.
Yes.
And I'm very excited about this.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe is our focus. And you know what's cool? I've talked about my Fire Stick, and this one channel option I have actually has a channel that is Marvel Universe 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Wow. So I've kind of been leaving it on that channel just to catch some of the movies to refresh. There's a couple movies I haven't seen, and I'm going to come clean, right off the bat, that I have not seen is the Doctor Strangelove movies. And honestly, I've only caught pieces of the Thor movies. So my nerd card is going to get revoked. Huh? What?
It's not Strangelove. It's just strange. It's just strange.
Oh, just Doctor Strange.
It's not Strangelove.
I'm sorry.
It's just Doctor Strange.
I'm off on a tangent on another book.
What you're thinking? Yeah.
I'm thinking about another book or movie or something. I don't know. Doctor Strangelove and How I Discovered the Bomb. But you know what? What has confused me? Huh?
You like from the letter or in the building also.
All right.
Hi.
Hey. So, if you're hanging out with us, drop us a link. Let us know what your favorite movie is in the Marvel Universe. Now, do we count... because I know on Disney Plus you can see just about every Marvel Universe movie. The only movies I didn't see on there, and that was one I really enjoyed, was Spider-Man. And I didn't see the newest Spider-Man on the Disney Plus. What's that about?
Well, there's the reason for that, and you want to bring a guest and can help explain it to.
I think he's still working on his setup from what I can see backstage. So, he's giving me the okay. So, again, Kathy and Kenny talk pop culture, and we discuss pop culture every week. And some weeks we are lucky enough to have special guests in the house. And this is a very special guest, my nephew, Kenny's son. Please welcome to the stream, George.
George! Give him the clap. Give him the Yes, my son.
Okay. I'll give him the clap.
But
Kenny, you're used to getting the...
George, we were... Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, George, this is not... George, what does your can say again? Show me your can. This is
not beer. Okay.
Okay. All right. I can't hear you, George. I can't hear you, son.
Oh no, we can't hear you. What's
No,
up?
we can't hear you.
We heard you earlier.
We can't hear you.
All right. He's going to work on sound, and we're going to come back to him.
Sounds like.
Okay. Let's see.
No, interesting question is, okay, one of the reasons that Spider-Man, not on some of those Spider-Man movies, not on a lot of the Marvel stuff, is because half of Spider-Man is owned by Sony.
Oh, okay. So Disney doesn't have those rights?
Deal. So Disney has the rights, but Sony also has rights. So you won't always see Spider-Man movies on. I think one Spider-Man movie is on Disney Plus.
So does that mean?
But I don't think.
Will that be on the is Paramount owned by, or Sony owned by Paramount? Aren't they kind of closely affiliated? So that new Paramount.
I do not know. I do not know whether Sony's owned by Paramount or not. I might know that. I don't know if it's around. That might know. Yay, MCU. All right.
Yay, MCU. Everybody's loving the MCU. Hey, Scooby Life in the house. Let's see. Hey, don't forget to spring forward. Oh, definitely. Before you go to bed tonight, make sure you spring forward. We lose a precious hour of sleep. Let's see. Doctor Strange and Captain Marvel.
To it being darker, lighter later.
I like the light.
So
we were asking for, we're going to get George back in here and see how we go. All right. Hey, there you are.
All right.
Awesome. George is back in the house.
I'm back. Kind of switch over. How's it going?
It is going well. Kenny, what were you going to ask him?
Kathy was asking a question about why the Spider-Man movies on Disney Plus. I was explaining to her about Sony, and Sony haven't had rights to that.
Yeah, I don't know. Going down the whole rabbit hole of who's got what rights and what company is suing what company for what is like never ending, and it's always changing. And yeah, for some reason, Spider-Man and Sony, and it's a whole thing.
Okay, because I've used Disney Plus to watch some of the Marvel movies, but I was explaining my Fire Stick. I get a 24/7 Marvel universe. They actually do show the Spider-Man on that. I don't even know the name of the service. I've seen both of them. Yes, I think of the two, I'm probably partial to Homecoming. I don't know why I like that so much.
Because Michael Keaton is amazing in it. That's why.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cousins in the house. So cool.
Cousins.
So cool.
You have a lot of your cousins that you haven't met, and hello to you.
So we are on Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture tonight, talking all about the Marvel universe, and that is where we are, the cinematic universe, because I can't even go into the comic book universe because I'm not that well versed, unfortunately. Although I have to say, and I know, well, in your list, Kenny, you asked for the top 3 worst movies. So what are your top 3 worst movies?
In the Marvel universe?
In the Marvel universe.
3 movies.
The top
in the
three
Marvel
worst
universe.
movies.
The top 3 movies I could have did without in the Marvel universe, and George is going to look at me like you crazy. Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm going to look at
Doctor
you crazy.
Strange, and Guardians of the Galaxy 2. The 2 Guardians of the Galaxy and Doctor Strange. Those 3 movies we could have did without.
No.
Wrong answers. Wrong answer.
What?
Yeah.
What?
What?
No.
I loved Guardians of the Galaxy just for the soundtrack alone. I think I brought the soundtrack before I even got the movie.
Yeah, the soundtrack's incredible. It's Guardians. Listen. All right.
If you want to talk worst movies, you should be talking about those Hulk movies that they made. Before the franchise really like revved up.
Right. So that's one of the things I think we should start off by making clear. So we're not talking about X-Men or the old Fantastic Four movies. We're talking about we're talking about
the current
the Fox and Sony.
MCU. It's called, it's like when Marvel Comics took over the movies. Then this is what we got. I'd say from technically Incredible Hulk with Ed Norton on, but.
I
Wait
think.
a minute, that wouldn't be included, would it?
I can't hear you, Kenny.
Yeah, it would.
I thought Iron Man would be the first one.
Iron Man was, yeah, but then Incredible Hulk came out right after Iron Man.
And the Incredible Hulk. Again, I want to see an Incredible Hulk with Mark Ruffalo. Ruffalo.
Yeah.
Why don't we have an Incredible
movie
Hulk?
with just him? Yeah, that would be cool.
It's because of weird
because you
companies that have deals. No, I was reading about it, and apparently it's that Incredible Hulk to have a solo movie. It's similar to a Spider-Man situation. So that's why they did Ragnarok. Thor 3 was kind of a buddy cop, kind of with him and Hulk, because they couldn't technically give Hulk his own movie. So.
So, George, what are your 3 worst Marvel Cinematic Movie Universe movies?
I'd say, for me, it's Thor 1 and 2. And then
What, you don't like Natalie Portman?
I love Natalie Portman. Listen, Leon the Professional is an amazing movie.
Oh, absolutely.
But, yeah, no, Thor 1 and 2
What movie?
Leon, the Professional, you probably didn't even see that one either. And it's an excellent movie.
No, I didn't see that movie.
My wife made me watch it, and I was happy I did, because it's great.
It's excellent. All right. Eric Bana. Oh, yeah, I remember that first Hulk movie.
Wait. What was your third movie?
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Now, see, I just watched that today. I actually enjoyed that.
I don't think it. Listen, I don't think it was a bad movie, but with all the other movies, if I'm comparing them, Thor 1 I wouldn't consider a bad movie. Thor 2 is a bad movie, but Thor 1's not a bad movie. But I'm going, because there's no what are your least favorite. So for me, it was Ant-Man and the Wasp. Is in that group of like I could do without it. But I love Paul Rudd and I love Ant-Man, and I was happy to see it. I liked the movie. Rudd. But, gun to my head, like, get rid of a movie. I'm like, all right, I guess that one.
Okay,
way better than Guardians.
For my 3, I probably would put Far From Home. I didn't like that one as much as Homecoming, the first Spider-Man. And because I haven't seen them all, I thought Captain Marvel was a little slow for my taste, and I didn't really care for the Winter Soldier. So those would be my 3.
Listen, real quick, I had to change my setup here. I had to move to the bed. I'm gonna make my bed real quick because this is unbecoming. I can't have
it. So while he gets his bed together, because hey, And it's so funny because behind the
I'ma
scenes,
tell you,
I can see him. Go ahead.
yeah. Well, meanwhile, I'm in front of my bed, but you can see it, but it's not me. It's a mess. So I was talking about, but no.
Although, what was
So
the
your three
Thor?
worst
What
movies.
Thor movie had Jeffrey Goldblum in it? Because that was painful to watch too.
Oh, The
The
Rock. That was
Grandmaster.
Thor Ragnarok. Yeah, that was one of the best Thors movies. What? Yeah. Your opinion is invalid. That was the one. Excuse me. That was the one where the Hulk and it whistle and Thor and the Hulk were kind of fighting to save everything together. But really, you didn't like Ragnarok?
I
Yeah,
wasn't crazy about it.
Awesome.
off base there. Crazy.
Really?
Taika Waititi.
Wow.
Here's what. Honestly, okay. So as a movie, I wouldn't put Ragnarok up there, but I will say it made Thor good again. Like, or not even good again. He was never good. It made people like Thor. He brought the comedy into that one. That I think that character needed. Like, he was kind of stale without it. And post Ragnarok, you get a different Thor.
I kept waiting for him to say, apartments.com. No, just. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So how about
Jeff
standout?
Goldblum? Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum. How about standout moments? What are some of your favorite standout moments in
This was tough.
the MCU?
This was tough because they all, for me, were like almost all of them were in Endgame, and I was like, I don't know, it was tough.
So which ones did you like?
Standout moments in the Marvel Universe. Okay, I'm gonna give you 3 standout moments in the Marvel Universe. Number 1, when Nick Fury showed up in the post-credit scene of Iron Man. Number 2, when Captain America finally says in Endgame, "Avengers assemble," just sent chill my spine.
Although
Chill.
it was such a
Number
jip
3.
at the one movie where was it Age of Ultron, where at the very end Captain Marvel goes Avengers, and the next word should be a symbol, but they cut it.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
A fake out.
Yeah, I hate. But go ahead, Kenny. I'm sorry. Avengers.
But when you finally got it, it was good. It was juicy.
And my when you finally got it, it's worth it. It was worth it when you finally got it. And the third most memorable moment, of course, is standout moment. There's a lot of standout moments, but the standout moment is, of course, when Stark dies, and not so much when he dies in Endgame. Peter Parker's reaction. We did it, Mr. Stark. We did it. And he starts, I'm tearing up just thinking about it. We did it, Mr. Stark. And he's and Peter Parker looking at him, he's like, that, come on now.
Oh, it brought me to tears.
If that didn't pull your heart straight, you don't have a heart.
Then you don't have a heart. It's the wrong court.
Yeah, I think my top 3 moments. I mean, I don't care. I have to, because even if most of them are Endgame. So spoilers for Endgame if you haven't seen it.
Spoiler alert.
At the end, when Cap finally gets to have his dance with Peggy, that they set up in Cap 1 of like he never got to take her on that date before he got frozen in the thing. And it ends with him finally getting to have that dance. That was like so good. Another moment, I totally forgot about Sam Jackson walking in and saying, like, I want to talk to you about the Avengers, because that was the first moment that comic book fans everywhere, our jaws just dropped. Like, wait, what? We were so hyped.
Yes.
And Sam Jackson, like, that's who they drew him after in the comics.
on that one, were we?
Yeah. And then
Yeah, I think
third
we were sitting
moment,
next to each other. And we were like,
my third moment, I think when Iron Man says, "I am Iron Man," and snaps, that moment was from the end of the first Iron Man movie, which started the whole thing. His final words at the end of that movie are, "I am Iron Man," when he announces himself to the public. And then he ends his arc with, "I am Iron Man," and snaps. And actually, it wasn't supposed to be in that scene. The editor of the film called up the Russo brothers and was like, "Dude, I think in this scene he should say 'I am Iron Man' instead." And they went back and refilmed it to that in there. So
I don't know. I don't have a lot of standout moments, and I tend to like the moments that are small. I love waiting for those end credits. And to me, at the end of, I guess, was it the first Avengers movie after they kind of ripped up New York City and they were talking about getting shawarma? And they were all sitting around in the restaurant. I just like those moments. And then there was this one moment, and it was very kind of King Kong, Fay Ray, and it was an exchange between the Hulk and what's Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow character, where she kind of just touches him on the arm, and it Black Widow, kind of calms him down. And then I guess my other biggest standout moment to me was our first glance at Wakanda, when you first see, like, you know, the people of Wakanda, and just the whole imagery, and the fact that they kind of pulled from, you know, like traditional African costumes and wear to create this city and this world. So when we first got to see Wakanda, to me that was a definite standout moment. Up next, we're talking fight scenes. Our favorite fight scenes. Go ahead.
I want to point out what Letta said in the class.
Okay.
I love that myself. When the women all come together in war, and when the women all come together in Endgame.
So how about favorite?
The three favorite action and fight scenes. Okay, so I gotta say, I was feeling my nerd chills when the first scene I saw Black Panther and Civil War, the Black Panther fighting soldier and Captain America and Falcon all together in a fight, you know, chasing each other down. That was bad. Also, of course, you know, memorable scenes are gonna the in-game fight, the whole in-game thing from and think about it. This is I'm going to go with this because this should have been in my memory scenes, but it was also fight when Captain America picked up Thor's hair and like totally annihilated Thanos, and he almost had a shot. But then Thanos back and said, "Wait a minute, what are you doing with the shield and the hammer? Like, I'm Thanos, like boom." But you know, still. So that fight scene, and so I got my fight scenes right there. Captain America with Thanos when he picks up the hammer. And Civil War, the fight scene, and I said Endgame, but the Civil War scene where they're all facing off against each other in the airport. That was a great fight scene.
George, how about you? Your favorite fight scenes? Because I don't really have any favorite fight or action scenes. Although I do love Kate Blanchett when she was in, I guess, Thor Ragnarok. How do you say that? Ragnarok?
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
Huh?
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok, Nanu, whatever it is. But anyway, where she just kind of she just kind of takes everybody out. And with the Medusa headpiece or whatever, I was like, bow down to you, girl, because she had it. But go ahead, tell us your fight scenes.
I think for sure, it was in Civil War, but not when they all faced off. I think when Cap, Winter Soldier, and Iron Man are fighting, and they're like, and Winter Soldier and Cap are like throwing the shield back and forth and beating up Iron Man. Iron Man's trying to like with his repulsors, and then at one point, like Iron Man gets, he's all beat up, and he gets up and he says the line, like he's like, dude, you give up, and he goes, I could do this all day. And like I just love that. Man, it's tough. I feel like I'm missing a Star-Lord fight scene that I really liked, but it's not. I mean, it was the fight, but
Star-Lord fight scenes.
Doctor Strange, his final confrontation with Dormammu, I think might be one of my favorite. Even though it's not technically a fight, he keeps going back to Dormammu over and over again, being like, Dormammu, I've come to make a deal, Dormammu, and he has to keep killing him over and over again. I thought that was great. And then, at the end when he says Avengers Assemble and, Thor's got the hammer, I mean, that whole hour-long fight scene is just like everything you want.
Everything you want in the Marvel Universe movie. All right, next, top 3 best actors suited for their role. The best actors suited for their role. Now, again, Kenny, in coming up with this category, I take it you mean from the comic books, who's best suited. And I'm not as familiar with the comic books, but can I also say, and I'm hearing a lot of feedback, and I don't know whether that's coming from
Probably
George or not. Let's see. Oh, wait. Letta says, I was cracking up when Thor said, I knew it, when Captain America picked up, what is that? Majorlan? I loved at the beginning of Age of Ultron, when they all come together to fight Ultron in the broken down truck. Huh? How do you say that name? Yeah, it almost sounds like, Georgia over there, it almost sounds like there's that we're in the bathroom. So he's going to do some adjustments. We're going to let him adjust a little bit. Let's see. Chris Helmsworth, Chris Evans, and Robert Downey Jr. to me. And again, that just to me shows how great an actor he is, because he has Iron Man nailed down, I think. And not just, not Iron Man as much as Tony Stark.
Is that better? Can you guys hear me?
Oh, yeah, that's much better.
Okay.
Well, I mean, yes, much better. He kind of made Tony Stark his own, and I wouldn't say Tony Stark was kind of like the way Robert Downey Jr. played him. In the comic books now, Tony Stark might be a little bit more the way Robert Downey Jr. played him. But I think in comic before that, 10 years ago, he wasn't as... One thing about Tony Stark in the comic book that they took away from the movie was that Tony Stark acts as a drink problem. He's actually an alcoholic.
Mm-mm.
And they didn't do that. They didn't show that he had a drinking problem in the movie, which is a big character actually in the comic book.
Okay.
So they didn't dwell on that at all. So
I'm
going to say
I don't have the comic books. I don't have the comic books as a reference point, but from the characters that were created, if we're just talking the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and again, I'm biased because I just spent. I think last weekend I binged WandaVision, and I know we're talking the cinematic universe, but can I just say, oh my goodness, how much I love that. Now, granted, I didn't get all the Easter eggs. I had to watch a couple videos to kind of catch up, but I really enjoyed it. And Elizabeth Olsen, who, again, I'm thinking, oh gosh, related to those Olsen twins. How good an actor can she be?
Really
Despite the
good.
fact that the accent is all gone, but I like the fact they made fun of that in WandaVision. But I just thought she was amazing. Chadwick Boseman, can't forget him, and that's what Letta is saying here. He was awesome, Black Panther. Oh, and gosh, Michael B. Jordan was great too. I like Scarlett Johansson as the Black Widow. I can't. I'm having trouble. I can't just pick three because I think all the folks do a good job, and I think Mark. I can't say his last name.
Ruffalo.
Mark
Ruffalo.
Ruffalo. I love him as Bruce Banner. And again, I know Bill Bixby, and that's everybody's image of but I like him much better than Ed Norton as, or even Eric Bana. Yeah. So anyway, any other thoughts?
Eric Bana is not
I
a
think
part of the MCU. I think it's like Ed Norton on,
Yeah.
but then Ed Norton turns to Ruffalo. But
yeah. I think the best actors who played the roles the best. And I'm going by being a comic book collector for years, years, and years. I'm going to say Chris Evans as Captain America.
Okay.
I'm going to say I'm going to say Sebastian Shaw and Bucky with a soldier. And you know what? I want to take that back. Because the Bucky I know not well. Yeah. I'm gonna go. I know what they did, and I'm going to say Chadwick Boseman as the Black Panther, of course. You really have sort of reference point, but from reading Black Panther comics, the way he carried himself was pretty true to the book. So those are the three that were pretty much on spot. I'm not going to say Johansson because I think her Black Widow was different than the one I used to reading about.
Okay.
And I'm not going to say Tony Stark because his Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony. I know, but Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark was good, and I think now we fashion more of the book and more of the cartoons to the way Robert Downey Jr. did such a good job in playing this character that the comic books and the cartoons are starting to focus more on the way Robert Downey Jr. So, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say because a lot of them are spot on, like Chris Helmsworth.
Here's the thing, though. You wanted, I think, for Robert Downey, like you wanted. You're saying how they missed the big thing from the comics that he's an alcoholic, but Robert Downey is a recovering alcoholic. So when he got cast as that, to me, that's like that was spot on. Like everybody knows that about Robert Downey that knows Robert Downey, other than
Right.
So I think that's actually perfect casting out of everyone. That's the best you can get. And I think he went through his own kind of trauma from the events of the Avengers and having all these people die on his watch. And I think they used that as, Iron Man 3 was all about his downfall as if he was an alcoholic. And I think that's like how it's still Disney, so they're not going to lean heavy on the alcoholism, but I think his trauma and stuff was what his demons were instead in the cinematic universe.
So now I
guess you know what? Now that you mentioned Iron Man 3, I would say now that you mentioned Iron Man 3, I might want to take Guardians of the Galaxy 2 off my worst list and put Iron Man 3 because the whole thing they did with the the character's name,
the Mandarin. You gotta get over the Mandarin.
The whole thing they did with the Mandarin.
Get over it.
The whole thing they did with the
It's over.
I know, but that was just. I was such a victim of disappointment.
You're gonna get the Mandarin in Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings, so you're getting what you want.
Okay. All right. Okay. They better not mess it up.
I'll
They
say
better
my
not do a
three.
DC on me. I'm just saying.
My three are. It has to be Robert Downey, and then Chadwick Boseman, and Chris Evans as Captain America. I mean, there's just
Perfect casting.
yeah, it's really good. And also Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange, but I don't know. Like these characters, like Star-Lord. Like I didn't know Star-Lord before. Like and a lot of these characters got this comedic route that maybe in the comics they don't. Also, it depends on the comics. Sometimes the writers have them be more, So I don't know. But those three are crucial to the cinematic universe.
So now, if you had to,
some of the characters, there was a lot of misses. There was a lot of misses. Like Star-Lord books originally was more of a mutant guy, more not comedic guy. The other guy in that what's his name played in the Guardians of the Galaxy. What's his name? The strong
I am
man.
Groot.
Drax. Yeah,
Oh.
and Drax. The books, Drax had like Hulk level strength, and that wasn't in the movie. So things they totally missed mark on for me.
I know we've been chatting, but I also want to give our number that you can call in the show and share your highlights of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the top 3 worst movies, your top 3 standout moments, your top 3 action sequences. So if you want to be a part of Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture, by all means, call the number 704. Oops, I probably shouldn't press the... I didn't realize I pressed the space bar and it's gone. Anyway, 704-252-8813, 704-252-8813 to be a part of Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture. And this is the part of the show usually where I give Kenny a little bit of a break. So where I get to just thank you guys for hanging out with us and watching us. And we so appreciate you being a part of our Saturday night that we're in quarantine. I just checked on my timeline and it's been like a year since I actually have seen my brother. So this is our way to get to connect and stay connected through this pandemic. Even though he's had his first shot, I've had my first shot. We're still waiting for a second shot. So hopefully we'll get to see each other before this year is through. But being here on Saturday night, hanging out with you guys is really special to us. We thank you for being a part of our stream, our family, our pop culture geekery. And if you are hanging out with us, please consider giving us that thumbs up, that like button, subscribing to the channel. That way you'll get a little alert when we go live, which is usually on Saturday nights as we hang out here and talk movies, talk music, talk all kinds of nerdy junk. You can support the channel with this link down here. Well, the link's gone. Well, it's not really a link, but it's called buymeacoffee.com/kwalkcomedy. And the link is in the description if you would like to support the show. We really appreciate it. We appreciate you. Thank you for so much for kind of hanging out on a Saturday night with us as we talk all things in the MCU. All right, now the big one, and I guess we gave most of the time to the show to this one, is the top 3 Marvel movies. So maybe we'll have overlap, maybe not, but I will let you guys go first since I've been doing all the talking for the last 2 minutes. Hey, but before you guys give your top 3 Marvel movies, and again, we know Iron Man 3 is the worst according to you, but and there were parts of Iron Man 1 that I was a little disappointed with, but give us in the comments, please share with us your favorite Marvel Universe movies. Now when we talk Marvel Universe, we're not talking Fantastic Four, or I guess we're not even talking the early Spider-Mans either, are we?
No.
Because like the other Spider-Mans with Tobey Maguire and who's the other dude? And why do they keep casting these English guys as well? Toby Maguire wasn't English, but Andrew
Garfield.
Garfield
Andrew
and Holland is.
Garfield. Andrew, yeah.
But we're talking Iron Man 1 through 3, Avengers, Avengers Age of Ultron, Avengers,
Thor's, all the Thors, Guardians,
Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, Captain America, Captain America's Civil War, Captain America Winter Soldier, Infinity War, Endgame,
Captain Marvel,
Captain Marvel, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, and Ant-Man and the Wasp. There's a lot to choose from.
Even though it's a TV show, it's MCU.
And if we can put WandaVision in there, because I absolutely loved WandaVision. I'm like,
well,
I guess it was
this afternoon. I was watching a documentary about WandaVision that's on Disney Plus, and they said kind of like a full movie, and put it in parts. But WandaVision is definitely connected to the Marvelverse, where you can kind of count the WandaVision TV series as Marvel Universe because it comes directly from. It's going to affect the rest of the universe after this.
Because it also, I guess, is a precursor to the next Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah, the multiverse of madness.
Yeah. The multiverse of madness. I gotta watch. I have to confess, I have not watched Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange 2 is going to be directed by Sam Raimi.
Did not miss anything.
And so Sam Raimi is doing Doctor Strange 2, so I'm super excited about that. He did the original Spider-Man. He did Evil Dead, which means Bruce Campbell is showing back up in Doctor Strange 2, and I'm hyped. He already posted on Instagram. He was in London while they're filming.
I don't know if they're going to put Bruce.
He is.
I don't know if they're going to put Bruce Campbell in Strange 2.
Yes, he is.
He is?
Yes.
Yeah, he leaked it. All right, Letta is saying, oh, wow. Number 1, Ant-Man. I'm sorry, I'm reading. Number 1, Iron Man, Ant-Man, Endgame, and an honorable mention to WandaVision.
That's fair. I mean,
that's good.
You have a very, very fond opinion of Ant-Man. I love Ant-Man. Don't get me wrong. But for me, the villain doesn't put it over the top. Fall short for the bad guy.
Yes, Bruce Campbell is awesome.
No. Bruce Campbell is awesome. Bruce Campbell is awesome. I don't see him. There is a character I can see him playing in the Marvel universe. It's a character in the Spider-Man universe that is kind of old, but
Wonder
not. He's like, what is the character's name? Is that like a thief? Not no. I'm man to play Wonder Man. I'm waiting for Marvel to do Wonder Man, but not Bruce Campbell. Do not make Bruce Wonder Man. Damn it. No. I'll be hot. There's a thief. There's an older guy in Spider-Man comic book that he would be perfect as, like an old man thief. That Campbell would be perfect as, because the Bruce Campbell from back day when he was on Hercules, he could probably play younger roles, but now he really can't.
And can I give a shout out?
Could you see a younger Bruce Campbell play Tony Stark? Younger Campbell playing Tony Stark.
Yeah, I can see it. I'm always here for Bruce.
That would be good.
But
that would be good.
What are we at for favorite movies? Top 3 movies?
Top three Marvel movies.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Iron Man 1. And I'm gonna go Endgame. And then I'm gonna go. I want to say Guardians, but maybe I want to say Guardians. Also, I'm not sure why I love the Black Panther, and I feel bad about it. But
I know. Okay, top 3 movies. Top 3 movies. Top 3 Marvel movies. Captain America 1. Captain America Civil War. Black Panther. Close scene.
Oh, close scene. That means we just take you out the picture. Oh, sorry. No, I'm just kidding. Um, oh wait, I'm sorry. Oh
Honorable
no, I'll
mention,
bring you back.
the Endgame.
You know what? And I was wondering whether our list would cross over because I actually have written my list down here. But my top three would be number three would be Marvel's Avengers, the first Avenger movie. I just thought that was cool with them bringing everybody together. And I know, and again, like I said, I love that shawarma scene at the end, that end credit scene.
I really did.
Next would be Spider-Man Homecoming. I just liked also the diversity of casting. And like you said, I love me some Michael Keaton. I am not going to apologize for that. And yes, so.
And Kathy, can I say, I did forget one of my moments I forgot to say, was the car ride with Peter Parker and Michael Keaton was one of my top favorite moments.
Oh, that's sweet.
It's so good.
I love that moment.
No, that wasn't good.
That was the best.
They know who they kind of know who the other are. They're kind of like they're kind of cool, and they're like, yeah.
Oh, he's straight and new. It was.
I definitely agree, Letta. I think Tom Holland is one of the best Superman, Spider-Man that they have had. Superman. I'm off on the DC verse, I didn't give my number one yet.
McGuire.
Okay, I didn't give my number one, and my number one, of course, is Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I just loved it, and yes, there you go. I was wondering if we would have, overlap when there's over 20 movies to pick from, and I didn't realize it was so many movies. I shouldn't have drank that tea so fast, that we have overlap, and I guess because Kenny and I both have Black Panther on our list, it's probably the only overlap that we have. And I also have to give an honorable mention to WandaVision because I cannot stress enough how much I loved I might binge it again. I might need to watch that again because now that I've read a few things online and things to look for and things I was noticing and thinking, oh wait, what was that about? So, and also being the nerdy TV junkie latchkey kid geek I am, I just really liked the references to old TV shows and all of that stuff. So
yeah, it was beautiful, and the writing on it was just one of the. It was like so good.
What, Wakanda?
How do
you say Wakanda?
It's Wakanda.
You put it. Wakanda. It's what
I caught it.
Wakanda.
Wakanda.
I was like, I'll let you go. We didn't want to correct you.
Thank you.
The oldest,
that's so sweet of you.
But no, I think they.
I'm gonna go backstage and practice how
to do the 50s, 60s of WandaVision. They actually talked to Van Dyke on how to do old TV shows.
Yes. Yeah. And they had some of the people. Yeah, some of the people who were doing that were not around when the Dick Van Dyke Show was being aired on live TV. So, the director and Kevin Feige actually went to Dick Dyke and had a look at him to see how the Dick Van Dyke Show, how they did the show for when they filmed the black and white scenes for Wanda. And one of the things that they did was...
Could you imagine going to a store like that?
Yeah, one of the things that they did was they filmed a lot of the scenes in one shot because Dick Van Dyke told them that when they filmed the show, a lot of the times they just did one take of the scene, where nowadays, I guess in sitcoms, they do many takes. They tell the audience, like, all right, laugh like this is the first time you heard it. And in this they just had to go one
Yeah.
take through. And oh my god, his acting was good.
Although they kind of
acting was
went from the
phenomenal.
50s to the 70s, they kind of skipped over sitcoms of the 60s. Although I guess they didn't have any standouts in the 60s. But again,
actually, Mary Tyler Moore was pretty much the 60s. And Dick
Brady
Van Dyke
Bunch?
Joe pretty much
Brady
was
Bunch
the 60s.
wasn't the 60s?
Yeah. Dick Van Dyke was 60s.
Dick Van
They
Dyke
say
was
the 50s, but
okay.
Wait, what about Brady Bunch? Was that 70s?
Brady Bunch was the 70s.
Yeah, that was
Definitely 70s. Ah.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. Is that true, Letta?
It was. True.
Oh, that's the best. It was Agatha all along.
Really, it was.
Yeah.
It really number one on Spotify. I'm gonna after the show. I'm gonna have to look on Spotify and get that.
Yeah, say
on my
Spotify
playlist.
right.
It was Agatha all along.
Yeah.
That's cool. Everybody's like, okay, we're off of YouTube. We're checking Spotify for the Agatha song to download it. I wonder if I can get that in Apple Music. My Spotify is not logged in.
Probably so.
What?
Probably so.
Okay, can I ask one last question?
You probably can get any music.
What are you most excited for from the MCU?
Ooh, that is a good question. Well, now I've been hearing
I'm more excited.
the word on the street, and I'm a big Scarlett Johansson fan, so I really, was excited about a Black Widow movie. But from what I've been reading, it's like, it's not been getting some good reviews, which is unfortunate. I would be excited to see. And also, what was the character who Monica Rambeau?
Yeah,
Monica
Will she get
Monica Rambeau.
Right.
No, she'll be in Captain Marvel too.
She has a
Okay.
Yeah.
And how come? And again, I know he doesn't have the superest of superpowers, but poor Jeremy Renner, he doesn't get his own movie.
He's getting his own show. It's coming out.
Oh, he is getting his show.
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Him and Kate Bishop, who's like the Lady Hawkeye, his trainee. And I think it's going to dive into those years that he was gone from Endgame, when he was off as Ronin, just murdering people. So that's probably gonna be I think it's gonna be flashbacks, I assume, and then him in present day training the next Hawkeye.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
It's based off a really good comic series. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah. George loves that comic series. I'm not a big fan of it. It's okay.
I love it because it's indie. Because they took it.
I know.
You would love it.
But in a comic book series, Hawkeye is getting beat up, pushed around by the thug. Meanwhile, he's the Avengers saving the world. So when he's pushed around by regular thugs, I'm like, wait a minute. This guy who fights as the Thor and Captain America and Iron Man and saves the world, how is this normal guy throwing him out a window? Come on. It makes no sense.
You got to level up.
So I understand, but you couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't get behind it. But next week, the Falcon and Winter Soldier series starts next week.
Is it a series or a movie?
I'm looking forward to that.
Series.
Is it a series? Series. Okay. See, I'm not crazy about that Winter Soldier guy.
Oh, he's great. He's awesome.
Understandable. I like him, but he's not. He hasn't done anything great for me to love him. But hopefully, he'll get some moments in the show. I'm gonna say
I'm looking forward in the Marvel universe. You're really excited for what?
I'm really excited for Eternals and Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings because I can't wait to see an MCU kung fu film, and that's gonna be awesome.
Right. I'm not as excited for the Eternals. I'm hoping they could do with the Eternals, they did with Guardians of the Galaxy, and property that's known and make big because nobody knew Guardians of the Galaxy came about.
I mean, you got
So I'm hoping that we can
Homeboy.
make big.
You got some good actors. You got Kumail Nanjiani in it. It's gonna be good.
Oh yeah, some great
I
actors.
know him from the X
and
Files.
I'm hoping that I'm reading some things, and I hope it's true that they're taking the actors from the Netflix Marvel series and bringing them to the Marvel universe. I hope
Well,
it's
what
true. 'Cause
series?
that would be great to do. The Marvel Netflix series with Luke Cage, The Punisher, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, and Daredevil. I'm hoping they take those actors and move them to the regular Marvel.
There's rumors
awesome. I think I did hear. I did hear
that.
that Cox was doing it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I heard that Cox was doing it. He played Daredevil in the Netflix. And Kathy, if you've ever seen any Marvel show, you want to watch Daredevil from Netflix. That is on another level awesome.
What movie is that again?
It's the Daredevil Netflix.
I think
show.
when
Daredevil Netflix. Okay.
It's good. It's
Okay.
like
Because Kenny, you
never
still
saw it.
are fading in and out, so we still got to work on that. It might be a network connection thing. Now, tell me something. Is Deadpool a part of the Marvel? I know that he's not considered a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but is there plans to bring him into it, or is he going to be in a movie?
So what happened?
Because I love me some Deadpool.
Disney bought Fox like last year maybe, and so now they own all the X-Men characters, which includes Deadpool. And Disney, everyone was worried about what Deadpool would do because Disney doesn't put out rated R films. So they were worried about that getting kind of, like axed or made PG-13, and then no one would want to see it if it, that's not Deadpool then. But apparently they're doing a adult Disney streaming thing. And I think they're probably going to release it on that and in theaters, obviously, because it was the highest grossing like R-rated movie ever, and also the highest grossing like February movie ever. Which
wow,
he's not going to miss out on money. That's not going to happen.
No, because I do like me some Ryan Reynolds, and I love Deadpool.
Oh yeah.
Ryan
I love
okay.
Ryan Reynolds. Okay. Ryan Reynolds is awesome.
I said Ryan Reynolds is okay.
Like my second favorite. Ryan. Right up there with Gosling.
Love Ryan Reynolds.
See, he's awesome. And he's a great Deadpool. In fact, is Deadpool really just Van Wilder with superpowers?
Just Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Just Ryan Reynolds.
Exactly. He's just being him. So that's the way it works.
Well, okay. Ryan Reynolds is to watch. Ryan Reynolds is good in the parts that he does, but it's trapped in that whole Will Smith thing where he's playing the same guy all the time.
He's another Robert Downey Jr. He was just fit to be that character. That's what it was. Exactly.
He was born to play Deadpool. Yeah. And he does get to the point where, okay, is he acting or is he just, being him? It's almost like Denzel now. It's like, is he just playing Denzel in all these different movies?
Yeah,
wow. They made a PG-13 version of Deadpool because, you got to make that money.
Yeah, they re-released it as PG.
Yeah. Without all the good parts.
Yeah, that's not a good idea. That's not a good idea.
That's not a good idea.
There's no chimneys for that.
I didn't hear you, Kenny. What was that again?
I said there's no chimichangas for that. That's a Deadpool reference. Changas.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay. Well, we probably have to wrap up because even though we're streaming, my printer is going off and somebody is printing and making all this extra noise. Isn't that bizarre? But go ahead. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to take me out.
Who is printing during the podcast? Which one of my parents is spending during the podcast? Like, who's doing that?
So MCU. Yeah, I don't know. Is there any miscasting that you thought? Who do you think?
No. That's I'm looking at Shang-Chi. I'm looking forward to the next Black Panther because I want to see how they do that. I'm very curious. Scooby Life's coming right. I'm looking forward to the next Shang-Chi, Black Panther rather, because I want how to do that with without Chadwick Boseman. I want to see how that happens. I think they should make Shuri next Black Panther. And then I think they recast the role, even though people are like, oh, Chadwick Boseman is T'Challa. He's the black. Nah, man, he's an actor. Recast the role and keep it moving.
You have no heart.
Being, what? I do have a heart, but he's an actor.
You said you were happy that Chadwick Boseman is dead. You said you were happy about it, and you said recast him.
I did not say that.
You called me up the next day and you said recast him.
Yeah, I'd say recast him because I see the Black Panther movie franchise keep going, but you can't.
Okay, and Letta, we have been working with Kenny's connection for the longest time. He was on a wire system. He was trying to use the hotspot from his phone, but evidently he's still not getting the uploads and download speeds that he needs. We might need him to hardwire in, and maybe then we can get it. We'll work on it. We'll it's a work in progress.
We'll work on it for next week.
We will work on it. We will work on it.
I was saying, Kathy, before you got out, was how I think they should cast Chadwick Boseman.
It's Boseman.
I know.
Yeah.
Listen, it's Boseman.
Boseman.
They should recast.
You're mispronouncing it like
as much as I love.
You know what I was telling? I was telling my wife about how you say
Scooby Life is making me laugh. Yeah, we're gonna have to buy a lot of coffee to get Kenny a better connection.
Is your can you say who's the actor that plays Batman right now?
The actor that plays Batman.
Yeah, I just want to hear my dad's pronunciation.
Ben Affleck. It was Ben Affleck, but I thought they were replacing Ben Affleck. How do we jump to the DC universe? How do we get to the DCU? And that's what we should have talked about this week because the Snyder Cut is coming out. So, but go ahead. I'm sorry, George.
We'll talk about that.
Right. No, because his mispronunciation of actors' names, it cracks me up. And he says this one actor's name really funny, and it's the guy who plays Batman. So how do you say it, Dad?
Ben Affleck.
Oh, you cracked up a little bit. Say it one more time.
Ben Affleck.
Okay. Yeah, it's still a little off. But
it's like
he usually says Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck.
You gotta say it like the duck. Anyway, but I thought they were replacing him anyway. Now, if you want to talk DC Universe, oh wait, that's a whole nother show. Maybe that's next week. Right.
Hold on.
Next week we might need to go to the DC Universe. But for this week, we'd like to thank you guys for hanging out with us. George, thank you so much for being a part of the show. Awesome to have you.
Your checks in the
Checks in the mail. Thank you so much. And I thought we might get a special, guest appearance. No little Milo, just to say hi, or is he asleep?
Don't wake a sleeping baby.
Okay, don't wake a sleeping baby. All right, I hear you.
All right, he's on the other side of that wall, though. He's sleeping good.
He's sleeping good. Okay, so we won't wake him, but we want to thank you for being a part of the show. Kenny, thank you.
Yes.
And we will...
Thank you,
I don't know. We will start that GoFundMe. We are going to get you a really long wire so you can wire in directly to the internet router. And some boost or something, so that we can tighten that up and make that go. Hey, that's it. What? Any parting words? I'll turn it over to you. Maybe it'll be.
Everybody, thank you very much for listening to Kathy and Kenny explain pop culture. Come with us every Saturday night at 8:30. We do Kathy and Kenny explains pop culture. Call in, go on the message board, whatever you need to do. Have some fun with us during this pandemic. Have some fun with us and relax. And God bless your soul and keep living. Thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight.
All right. We'll see you next week. Oh, wait. So let's see. Thank you, Lisa.
You.
Michael Mann for hanging out with us. Scooby Life. All you guys are awesome.
Michael Mann,
so
Scooby
cool.
Life, peace.
We out.
We outie.
Thank you for geeking out with Kathy and Kenny on Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture.